Good morning, San Diego.
I'm Maurice.
And I'm Allison, and you're watching San Diego Coast Lifestyle,
a new show in San Diego looking to bring you the hidden gems in your area.
Speaking of hidden gems, I felt very lucky to finally get out to eat in a real restaurant at a table over the weekend.
What'd you do?
Well, I actually found a restaurant I've never been to. I've driven by it probably 100 times in Encinitas, right on the beach, called Pacific Coast Grill.
Pacific Coast Grill. Oh, that sounds delicious.
It was a sushi rolls even, which I couldn't believe because usually you have to go to like a sushi specific restaurant.
Yeah.
So I had a sushi roll for the first time in probably a year while looking at the ocean with girlfriends, sipping my blackberry mojito.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
It was the best. I didn't want to leave.
I'm hungry thinking about it. It's so hungry.
And what'd you do?
Almost the same thing. I had steak this weekend. I went out to the Old California Mining Company.
Is that also on the beach?
No, it was actually in a mine. No, it was in San Marcos. I had a 20-ounce ribeye that was to die for, in the sense that I wanted to die after I was eating it. I was so full.
It must have been really good then.
It was really good. It was like butter going down my throat.
Oh my gosh. Well, we both had nice weekends, it sounds like.
We did. Speaking of nice, this next package is nice. With the motto of live here, give here, the Coastal Community Foundation has been making a local impact for more than 30 years. The CCF assists individuals in their charitable goals, in assisting nonprofit programs, educators, community needs, and other philanthropic endeavors.
The North County 501c3 has been making a huge impact, and San Diego Coast Lifestyle sat down with Executive Director Sharon Omahan to explain the past, present, and future of the Trusted Foundation.
Today, more of my work focuses on working with our donor-advised fund donors and helping them with their philanthropy, helping new donors establish funds, and overseeing the management and accounting for the foundation. And over the last, I'd say 15 to 20 years, we've seen an explosion of donor-advised funds where people didn't have the resources to start their own private foundation, or it was very expensive if they were going to do that. So the thought that they could establish what is closest to a private foundation in a donor-advised fund, put assets into it, whether it's a house, whether it's appreciated stock or cash, and then let that grow over time and make grants to the charities that they love to support. So many people then say, gosh, this is a great idea. I'd like my donor-advised fund. And especially because people can leave an anonymous grant. When you write a check to a charity, you're sending that, and the next thing you know, you have all of these solicitations coming your way. And some of our donors like the fact that they can be anonymous through their grant. They can support that organization, but the foundation then gets all of the solicitations and they don't get bombarded personally. And that's really attractive to them as well. So in 2020, as I mentioned, we had over $1 million that we put back into the community through grants. Actually, over 80% of that stayed here in San Diego County. We have some of our donor advisors who are involving their grandkids now. They will give them a certain amount of money out of their fund, and they say, you make decisions, and they have to do the research. And one parent makes their kids write up a little essay, like their homework assignment, and say, you tell us why we should fund this particular charity. And so it's really rewarding to see how people are teaching philanthropy, because I do think it's something we learn from people around us. It's not just something that everyone has as an instinct. One of the things that, and I think it's a conversation we have with all of our new donors, is what do you see this fund doing over time? And do you want to involve your children or grandchildren? And some donors will say, nope, I just don't want to. Here's the way we want it to be handled. I don't want to burden them. And others, like Betty, wanted to involve their granddaughters because she had such a warm and special relationship with them. And today, when I send them ideas for the community, they'll respond, "Oh, Grandma would have loved that." I could just see her just smiling and cheering that this is the type of grant that she would make. And that's really the type of thing that I'm sure if Betty were here today and saw the reaction of her granddaughters, she would be delighted, because some people just have that ability to pass on their legacy to others. And so that's something we really try to do.
For more information, please call 760-942-9245 and visit their website, coastalfoundation.org.
Tell me about Helping Hands.
Helping Hands is a segment we have here at San Diego Lifestyle, where we go out into the community and we meet local nonprofits and charities.
Fantastic. And what can we expect to see on Helping Hands?
We are going to go behind the scenes, out into the community, to these nonprofits and charities, and learn a little bit more about them and how we can get involved or just support them by donating.
So is there anything you want to tease that we may be able to see on the show?
Yes, it would be all charities, all local, and all the time.
Keeping it close to your chest, I like that.
Yes,
Make
yes.
sure you guys tune in to Helping Hands featuring Sherry Yardley.
Being people of action since 1939, the Encinitas Rotary Club has served the community by continuing the legacy of service above self, which means combining passion for helping others and identifying the needs of the community. Being a Rotarian is a true labor of love, and we wanted to share their story of compassion, hard work, and dedication.
Home Team it's a group within the larger club that was set up about 10 years ago when I was club president, and the intent of the program is to provide services directed solely to senior citizens. Responds to requests from senior citizens in the community to do small fix-it projects. We ranging anywhere from fixing a leaky toilet to replacing screens, cleaning up outdoors. Takes basically three things to make them happen. One is the idea, and we're all professionals in Rotary, so there's no dearth of ideas. The second thing you need is you need to get a few prime movers in the club to kind of back you up. And then the next piece was pitching it to the broader club. So it's in our club, to get something going, you need a lot of promotion. Another piece to this to keep something going is funding. You know, we're a not-for-profit, and in the back of my mind, I was always looking for somebody to step in, somebody who could get things done, had the same kind of passion that I have. Mark came in and got himself engaged in projects, and when he stepped up and said he'd help me out this year, it was pretty easy just to hand the mantle over to him.
Well, I joined Encinitas Rotary Club 2 years ago and had an opportunity to meet several different people that really were about service before self. And that really is the cornerstone of the Rotary group. Many people in the organization, ranging in years, diversity, etc., have really come together to be able to provide an organization outreach to our community to make it a better place to live. So some of the projects we've done in the recent past, I can look right here into the sound studio. We worked with Lab Rats to build acoustic panels. Lab Rats is a non-for-profit organization that works with the community. So it was an opportunity to help them help us not only build their acoustic studios, but also get information out about Rotary Club and what we do for the community, and that's why we're here today. Community needs to know about Rotary is that many of our people have lived here for many years in the Encinitas area. They've been involved with many projects to help those that are less fortunate, those that need resources, those that need general help It's the linchpin, I think, or the cornerstone. Again, service beyond self, to be able to make the Encinitas community a better place for all of us to live in. So I think it really is a selfless feeling. You know, you really want to come and have the, I guess, the focus on what you can do outside of your daily living to be able to help other people.
For more information, please check out their website at encinitasrotary.org.
Hey Maurice, how do you think you get children excited about STEAM education?
What is STEAM education?
You know what STEAM stands for.
Space, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh gosh.
I'm living for the weekend, baby.
Apparently. So science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics.
That makes much more sense.
There's a great group of scientists here in San Diego called Lab Rats, and they could easily answer any of the questions you might have.
Which are a lot. I love the guys over at Lab Rats. I hear they will bring the education to you, so it's more of a hands-on feel.
Oh, I love
and you
that.
feel like you're immersed in it, and it sparks your creativity and your passion for science.
Oh, my son would love that.
I wish everyone was as passionate and had so much fun with STEM like I did when I was a kid, but that's just not the case. So here at San Diego Lab Rats, we really work through engagement education into each of our labs and lessons. And those are really three prongs. So we start with self-engagement. We really want to work hard to get the students themselves engaged in the lab. We do this by creating hands-on, challenging labs that they can partake in, they want to go through. Second is social engagement. And we do this by organizing each into groups, each classroom into different groups and subgroups, so they can work together collaboratively and maybe even have some competitions or challenges either together or against other groups. And this allows them to then engage socially with the class. And the last form is called what we call custodial engagement. And that's the engagement between the student and us as teachers. And we work that in by having a good discussion at the beginning, really talking through, seeing where they're at, having them answer questions and back and forths, and also creating challenges hard enough that we're there to support them and help them through. We really work hard to get the students engaged and have fun in every single one of our classes. I'd say my overarching goal here at San Diego Lab Rats is to really empower youth to make a better world through science and technology. I think that everybody is smart enough to get an education in STEM, and a lot of them haven't found their passions in it, they don't maybe enjoy their classes that they've taken before, or they don't really get much engagement with their teachers or drive into their potential futures in this field. So what I want to be able to do is provide this great engaging STEM education and get them passionate about STEM and make them feel like, yes, this is a possibility that we can go into. And I think if we get more and more and more youth into the STEM fields, that they can solve every future problem that may come around this world. The San Diego Lab Rats mobile lab has been a really key part of what we're doing right now and in our future. It's so important because in the past, we've been about 4 years here, and we've only had the mobile lab for maybe a year, a little over a year. Before the mobile lab, we were able to teach our classes really surrounding the North County, San Diego area. But with this mobile lab, we can now take these hands-on labs all the way around San Diego County. Anywhere in this county, we can take our labs and reach students. So it's really expanded our reach and how many more students that we can engage with these labs. With our students, they've seemed to enjoy almost every one of our labs, but it's clear that some of them have this just real big impact. So I'd say some of our favorites of our students have to be some of the messy labs, especially for the younger age. the slimes, the digestion, the really hands-on. If you can make a mess, they're usually having fun. For the older kids, I have found that robotics has been a big favorite. Kids really love to be able to build something that can move and design themselves. And also another big one is forensics. Everyone's really loved forensics. It's one of our newest labs, but they love the challenge of being able to solve a crime, to immerse themselves in a wide range of education in STEM, not just physics or biology or chemistry, but all of them, engineering, math, every section of STEM, that we can hopefully empower them to find their own passions, something that they're interested in, that they want to pursue in their own lives.
For more information on Brainstem TV, go to www.brainstemtv.org.
You have a business and a great idea. We can help you transform that great idea into engaging and entertaining videos. Come to our studio, or we can take the whole studio to you. Utilizing professional sound and lighting, a multi-camera shoot, and a green screen, we can place you in any setting, anything you can imagine. And those awesome overview drone shots, we do that too.
Finally, our creative team uses the entire Adobe suite to add unique transitions and engaging animated segments. No video is complete until it's been professionally mastered for sound. From voiceovers and sound mixing to composing original music or jingles, we can add any flavor of special sauce that you need. At Brainstem TV, we strive to produce the highest quality video possible. Allow us to be great for you.
So Allison, tell me about starting your own business.
Well, I started probably about a year ago officially.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's pretty stressful, but you know, it's been going pretty good. Definitely could have used a little more guidance there in the beginning.
Honestly, I feel like we could all use more guidance, whether in business or in life. I know that there's not a day that goes by that I can't use an old wise one to just kind of show up and help me.
Oh, absolutely. Lucky for us, we have the old wise ones right here, and the next episode is all about how to start your own business, even if you don't even know where to start.
Love that.
This is Adam Englund, and I'm Jim Merrill. And with us today are Nick Lupien and Sophie Proctor on Zoom talking about their business. Welcome, you two.
Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So tell us about the business.
The business, the name that we came up was Underdog Guidance. Her and I would like to try and reach out to high school students, maybe disadvantaged or lower socioeconomic or inner city kids, and push them in order to be the best person they can be, show them all the options and pathways that they have outside of school. Who you are, what you do right now does not define you, and you can accomplish anything that you would like to accomplish.
one of the ways in which we would help students is resume building. And so I think that requires a very individualized plan. Whether they're searching for a job or an internship or getting ready to apply to college, it's important to have a resume, and there's a difference between just having a resume and having a good resume that's going to stand out.
What questions could we answer for you?
We don't really have too many contacts or people, friends that could point us in the right direction in terms of whether to go nonprofit or go through more of an LLC route or S Corp or anything about that.
If you're not looking to make money per se, that's not the primary purpose, and the primary purpose is education, you can make this a 501c3 nonprofit educational corporation. And you can get grants, contributions to you can be tax deductible. So there are a lot of advantages to doing that way.
It's good to think about.
Yeah, it is really good. And that definitely, grants weren't really something that were on our radar. I don't think we had that conversation in applying for grants and looking at that side of those things. That's definitely something that we're going to add to the list.
One of the aspects of a 501c3 or any other charity formation, in the state of California, if you're going to operate here, there's an interested party rule. And what that means is if Nick and Sophie are taking the salary from the nonprofit, that means Nick and Sophie can't be the majority holders of the board of directors. So the parties that are getting paid can't be in charge or a majority holder of the board of directors. So that's one of the aspects of setting up a nonprofit. You need to find some board members that are truly independent from you. So when you go to them and say you want to get a salary raise or whatever, there's an independent group that authorizes that.
To get the tax exempt status, you have to have a 5-year plan, and it has to show your nonprofit intentions, essentially, and how you're going to carry that out.
It really isn't that daunting. They do want you to think it through and see how big you want to be, who you're trying to serve, what your programs are, and how you're going to serve that underprivileged area. That's really what they're trying to do. So the details of it aren't nearly as daunting as you might first think.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. There's a couple of different organizations that can help you with this. It don't cost any money. The IRS, they have lots of resources. There's applications on how to do it. It walks you right through it. The other resource that I would give you is the California State Attorney General's office. They also have a treasure trove of white papers and other information of how to start a charity and how to do it right. So I would go to those free governmental sources first.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you have an idea for a business that you'd like to explore with us, we'd be happy to have you. Just contact us through San Diego coastlifestyle.com.
The month of May is perfect for getting out, safely of course, and enjoying what San Diego has to offer. You can enjoy tasty bites, live music, and delicious drinks that are handcrafted and inspired by cultures such as the Mediterranean, Polynesian, Mexico, and beyond. Of course, all of this while soaking up your favorite outdoor animal exhibits. You know they missed you. 125 fresh flavors, 25 curated cocktails, 0 proof cocktails too, and more than 75 craft beers from all around California, all waiting for you. Capacity is limited and reservations are required due to safety and health measures. So, grab the family and set sail for the 7 Seas Food Festival at SeaWorld. Did I mention they have the most indulgent desserts? Thank you for allowing us into your home, letting us tell you about the hidden gems and Encinitas, and for supporting our local businesses and economy.
And if you have any suggestions for future segments, whether it's about health and wellness, entertainment, or anything that interests you personally, please check out our website at san diego coastlifestyle.com. We'll see you next time.
Take care.